With Nimmo on the left and Scott Herrmann on the right. They have done several studies on Fountain Creek and have come to several conclusions about it. And guys, what I'd like you to tell me is what are the most important aspects of those studies in your opinion?
Why don't I kick it off?
Go ahead.
The one study that we did with carotid midges in Fountain Creek is basically looking at adults, and we identified 151 species of these adult midges, 24 new species to science, and 40 species as new records for Colorado. What's most important about midges, carotid midges in Fountain Creek, is they represent a very diverse community, and that this community of living organisms needs to be monitored, or we need to carry on surveillance on a regular basis. So we're proposing that in the future a pupal exuvial atlas be generated, and that we can simply collect in a non-invasive way many of the pupal exuvi, make slides of these and identify them to species, and know whether or not at a given station we're having an improvement of water quality or a degradation of water quality.
And it's pretty evident that the midges are the food base for many of the other organisms that are found in the creek, including fish. And our studies suggest that the contaminants that we've been emphasizing, such as selenium and mercury, move through the food chain to the fish because the fish have them in their whole bodies and in various tissues. And our studies suggest that we should monitor not only just the whole fish or the edible portion, but other tissues in the fish or organ systems that may give us an idea on what could be happening to that population. And so these studies are a baseline that began back in roughly 2007 and continued through about 2012, where we did our sampling. Now we're in the phase of writing this information up for public consumption and for the public knowledge, and for further studies and further monitoring of the Fountain Creek watershed. I think one of the things that comes out of our efforts is we're now convinced, both of us, that a large dam could provide better understanding of what's happening in the watershed, and also be a good recreational benefit to the entire watershed of Fountain Creek.
You bet. These carotid midges that we referred to are a critical fish food item, and it's been estimated that half of the diet, many times, of fish is composed of carotid midges. And we think that studying the selenium and the mercury concentrations in these different trophic levels, whether you have just carotid midges or bryophytes or in a variety of fishes in Fountain Creek, that we will have a better understanding of the overall ecosystem, the aquatic ecosystem. And a large dam on the Fountain Creek would give us the flood control capability that we need, but also provide recreational opportunities that are primary, with a pool of water as well as a tailwater. So we would have fishery and fishing benefits here from such a structure.
And an interesting sidelight is that midges appear to be tolerant to, or maybe even prefer, concentrations of selenium. Now, of course, that would mean that that element can be moved up the food chain, but at the same time, there is scientific evidence of the literature worldwide that suggests there might be a benefit of selenium positively affecting the influence of mercury. That is, it is a kind of a protective element for mercury in a food chain. And so this is kind of an interesting sidelight that came from the results of our work. We began studying selenium and discovered mercury as a surprise element in the watershed.
Thank you.